call him Big Daddy.
Oh.
So my mom was fascinated with this place because this place was called Big Daddy's at one point. So,
Yeah, it was all barren land at the time when
mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's been pretty recent.
Yeah.
makes sense. All the commercial areas in this area.
This old outhouse.
Yeah.
It was sad to live there, and you lived here when it was like farmland.
Yeah.
You're the only house left. Yeah.
So you're both locals of North Carolina?
I'm actually down in Charlotte, South Charlotte in Lake Wiley,
Ah, okay.
visiting there.
Ah, okay.
And I'm local.
Oh, okay. We're born and raised in North Carolina, right?
I was.
Oh, okay.
I was born and raised in Virginia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, been through, driven through that so many times.
Yeah.
95, Alexandria, and it's a nightmare on a weekend when
That
it
is a
connects the DC area.
Yes, it is. I'm from Fairfax.
Oh, okay, Fairfax, Virginia. Okay.
Yep. Right up there in Northern Virginia.
With all
And didn't
the
want to, yeah, with all the traffic, didn't want to live there after college because of that traffic. Because people they spend, an hour,
Ha-
2 hours every
yes,
day each
yeah.
way.
They
That's
didn't.
terrible.
And
They
they think that they're some kind of hero for doing it.
no, even in New York, you would not believe a lot of people drive into all the tunnels. When I moved to New York, the tolls were only $4, but now it's like 14, 15 to $20.
One way each
One
time?
way. Well, the tunnels are coming anywhere you come into from New York City. You cannot avoid tolls. From Verrazano Bridge to Lincoln to George Washington Bridge, you have to give $14 to $15 coming in. But getting out is free just from the tunnels. But from the bridges, you have to pay also.
I would not
So
want to drive there.
no, no. I've driven there for myself. No, I didn't used to do this till I moved to North Carolina, but I have driven over there. It's you have to be very bold to drive over there, and I still have my old car, old Chevy Caprice. I used to drive it there, and because the roads are so bad, it's not worth driving a new car over there, especially in New York City. They have so many potholes. They try to fix it, but eventually they go down the drain again. So
Do you think you'll ever go back to New York?
no, I have family there, like cousins, but my immediate family is here, like my kids, basically. That's what I'm here for. You would not believe I had patience for 9 years, wanted to get the custody of the kids, and I stood fast. I didn't give up, and God helped me, and had patience. Before, I used to just get them on the weekends, and now I have them full time. It's a blessing.
Have they been to New York?
Yes, and my daughter, she says, I want to move to New York because I took them to, at the time when I took them to Jones Beach, it's in Queens. The water is never warm over there. It's always cold, like 60, between 60 and 70 degrees. So we had some fun in New York, yeah, and she was very young at the time. Just going to New York is so expensive to live if you don't have family.
Yeah.
No matter what part time of the year you go, especially summertime, is very, very expensive.
Yeah. So you thought to have custody for not like how many years? Did you say?
8 to 9 years to have the primary custody because she had the primary. I used to get them every other weekend, and I kept going to the court. I didn't give up to the child mediation, and then I got custody for both the weekends and then few days here and there. But it didn't feel right. My son, and one day my daughter it was time for her to go. That's when everything changed, turned around. And I had a dash cam running in the car and it was facing inwards. She started crying hysterically that I don't want to go. She was like literally crying, like, like as if no, and I showed that to CPS, and they further investigated, and eventually, and December of 2018, December 11th, my daughter doesn't even forget that date. She remembers that date. I eventually got the primary full custody of the kids. And the mother, she, while during the judge was giving his judgment, that, to start the mother or back in their lives, the kids in their lives, he gave some time, like every weekend, at Chuck E. Cheese's here in Greensboro on Pembroke Road, 2 hours every week. She said, "Is that it?" And she walked out of the judgment. And
Ooh.
when she walked out with her attorney, attorney said she'll be back. They never came back, and the judge reversed his judgment from no visitation, just phone calls.
Oh.
So
So she's from High Point?
yeah, she's from High Point. Well, yeah, and she did a lot of wrong things. She got involved with so many men after our divorce. She got married 3 times after me. So,
Whoa.
so she has 6 kids with 4 different.
Wow.
And yeah, and when the judge heard that, he just was flabbergasted at the time, and then.
She's been busy.
Yes, and
Yes.
I see me. I even though I didn't have the custody, I didn't want to get involved because starting a new relationship, it's not easy. I mean, it's a struggle in itself. It's a lot of work. There's so many. What should I say? If you don't have a lot in common, and
Uh-huh.
and I didn't want it to go through all the stress which I've been through with her in the first place. So she kept herself busy. I kept myself busy with work and the kids. So uh, you know that really helped, and the testimony of the social worker helped a lot.
Does she have full custody of her other kids?
No,
She
the
sounds
no,
crazy.
yeah, she does. Well, no, yeah, she does. She snaps. Within one moment, she's in a good mood. The other moment, she's in another world. So yeah,
Is her family here?
yeah. Well, her parents died at a young age, and she the last marriage she was with a Mexican guy, and he was not legal here. So, but the CBS provided the custody to his relatives because he was deported or whatever. And what she did was, because they were not legal here.
Oh, I think you need to.
Yes. So she went and got the daughter,
And then get this.
right lane, yes, and then she kind of kidnapped the daughter.
She what?
She kind of kidnapped the daughter in a sense.
Oh.
Yeah, because they could not go back to the authority because of the fact that she was because they were not legal.
She sounds very dramatic.
Yes, she is.
It's like a soap opera.
Was she on her meds when you met her?
Yes, but at that time there were no signs. At that time there were no signs, so
That's scary.
Yeah,
I know.
it's really scary.
It, yeah, medication can make a big difference if it's not in the system.
Yeah.
They need to make her go to therapy for a while.
Yeah, they did. She had a little daughter, and she took Ambien, 2 or 3 Ambiens, and she took alcohol, and she started driving, and the next moment she woke up her eyes, and
What?
yeah, I'm not
Her daughter in
joking.
the car?
Her daughter in the car, she was in a crash, and they took away her license.
Oh, could you, the restaurant's on the back. Would you mind pulling around?
Sure, absolutely, yes. Take a right
Take
here.
a right. Go
Okay.
around this. Take a right. Thank you.
You good? Right there, over there.
Yes.
Oh, okay, bistro.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're
Well,
most
good luck with everything.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry for
No,
talking
sometimes
so
you just
much.
need to talk.
Yeah, I know.
Good luck,
Good
and
You
I'm glad
ladies,
you have your kids.
thank
you
you.
so much.
You ladies have a great
You
night.
too.
Thank you. Wow, four devices. What is wrong with me? Oh.